The defense was moving around really well. Third day of install is very, very heavy from an offensive perspective, and obviously Zach's first day, so you can see them bogged down a little bit with install, where defense has kind of been consistent with regards to their install. So, anticipated a day of a speed difference, if you will.
Do you think there was any, jet lag at all? It came from the West Coast yesterday.
No, I don't think so. I mean, it's like I said, this is his first year in the league. He is a rookie, and just like every other rookie, there's going to be ebbs and flows. I mean, he starts out with a bang on that go ball down the middle on the post down the middle of the field, but defense was moving at a very high rate, very fast rate, and the windows were very, very tight. So, but like I said, I don't think there's anything there other than it's his first day, and he's just got to get a little bit caught up.
Robert, obviously, he wanted to be here the last couple of days. His agent was doing business. What was your message to him yesterday when he finally got here and you got to see him face to face?
Go see Mike LaFleur. No, it was. There's, like I said, there's no hard feelings. There's no messaging. There's glad it's over with. Glad you're here. Let's get to work. And that's it.
Was there any different feeling with him? I mean, I know he's a rookie, but he's your quarterback. Was there any different feeling out there with him out there?
Aside from 3 quarterbacks taking a rotation, everyone's excited to see how the rookie's going to do and all that stuff. So maybe, but maybe for someone else, for sure.
Obviously, he had a rough day today. So, what do you want to see from him tomorrow in terms of bouncing back?
For him, it's getting caught up, find a way to get better every day. It's I know sometimes we can get focused on results, but there's process, and he's got a tremendous process. Can't control certain things that happen play in and play out, but you can control your process and how you approach things day in and day out. And so I already getting a really good feel just going through the draft process and OTAs. He's going to have the right process. He's going to get better.
Robert, I think we've all assumed he's the starting quarterback for this team. Is he your number one quarterback?
He call it the inside lane. I mean, it's his to lose, but I never want to make a promise I can't keep. If it looks like, hopefully you guys understand that part. But you guys saw it. He took all the first team reps, so it's just a matter of him continuing to get better, like we know he will, and progress the way we expect him to.
I mean, obviously the assumption is he'll be the week 1 starter, so it's a little more than a month, I guess, until then. What particular things do you need to see from him, or you guys to say, we feel pretty good about this guy going into the season?
He's already shown it. Just again, it's that process. It's his deliberateness. It's his arm talent. His relentless drive to find ways to get better, watch film, and learn the system. So, he'll come in here, he'll get his feet wet, and he'll continue to progress. And really, there's so many things that he's got to go through other than this first day of practice going against a defense he's been seeing since OTAs. I mean, the opportunity to go against the Giants, who run a completely different scheme, and then you've got Green Bay, who runs a completely different scheme, and then getting to Philadelphia, who runs a different scheme, and being able to practice it. There's so many ops for him, and I think he's going to pass all those hurdles. So.
Do you think the fact that he didn't have immediate instant success at BYU, and then he kind of worked and developed and got it later on in his career, helps him at all for this?
I think, personal opinion, I think when you actually look back at his BYU stuff, his freshman year, he had success. I think he had 19 touchdowns or something, 3 picks. They were really good numbers. Had a perfect bowl game, 18 for 18 or something like that. Don't quote me on the numbers, but he had a lot of success as a freshman. His second year shows that he's able to deal with adversity because of the injury, because of the different things that happened to him in that second year, and then for him to bounce back with all the naysayers casting doubt on him to show that he can line up, and you can call competition whatever you want. He still absolutely dominated what was in front of him, and so. To me, what you see out of the quarterback through the evaluation process is his ability to deal with adversity and really shut people up. So,
has he the skill aside? Has he got the from what you can see the commanding presence that a quarterback like that aura that a quarterback?
Yeah, he's got confidence. Absolutely, he's got tremendous confidence. He walks into the huddle. He's not stuttering. He's given the play call. He gets to the line of scrimmage. He gets people lined up. So he's got that leadership and presence to him, and it's only going to get better.
From a defensive perspective, what were you doing out there that caused him to struggle a little bit? Because obviously the defense was playing really well. So what were you throwing at him that made him, struggle a little bit?
So you've heard me talk about player A to Z, right? And just one man's opinion that the difference between, aside from the Aaron Donalds of the world, the difference between player A and player Z is negligible. They're all incredible athletes, and I always believe that the player thinking the least is always going to show out the fastest. And day 3 install, offense had a big book put on them. There's red zone, there's 2 minute, there's a lot of different things going in on them. Where defensively, it's been pretty consistent with what we do. We don't do a lot, and so the analogy of spoon to mouth that I've given y'all, defense is a little bit closer. They're able to play a little bit more free of mind. They're not thinking as much. So because of it, you saw a tremendous speed difference, and that resulted in tighter windows. So credit to those guys because they've been working relentlessly. I mean, it's all through OTAs and now day 3 of camp, but a good lesson to the offense. It's not enough to just accept the install from the coach, but to go back and study it a little bit more to make it part of your DNA so you're not thinking about it when you hit the field.
How important is that for his development too? That he's seeing that fast.
It is. It's all of it. He's going to see so many different things, and defense is only going to get faster, and it's only going to change its look. Offense is going to keep on installing, and then he's got to go to the Giants and see a completely different look. And there's so many things that have to happen to him. So this first day is just one day of many.
Is there a way that you can calibrate at all for that? Like if the defense is that far ahead, does there become a point where the rep is kind of diminishing returns for the offense if the defense is that far ahead?
No, because eventually the offense, it goes in waves, right? Defense always comes out the gates pretty quick, and then the offense slowly catches up, and then it becomes a slugfest back and forth. So this has been traditional for the history of time. So this isn't a one-day anomaly. It's everywhere I've been and everywhere that you talk to all the great coaches in this league, the defense always starts out pretty quick. So.
Carl Wilson had another pretty active day going against Mackay. We had a sack early in practice, another one where he kind of came inside. Is there anything you can really take out of somebody's pass rushing or somebody's blocking when you don't have pads? Like, is there anything meaningful about that?
So traditionally, the O-line's at the disadvantage when there's no pads. Because there's not enough for them to. They're just at a disadvantage. There's more to grab cloth on for a defender. So traditionally, they're at a disadvantage. So, but when it comes to Carl, he does that to everybody. I mean, just watch his. And I know we get caught up on sacks, but my God, all he does is win and hit the quarterback. It's especially when you look at him, you're not expecting it, but then he just dominates. But really excited for pads to come on because then they'll be able to get some real good work in one-on-ones and doing all that stuff.
Foley, number 94. I don't want to butcher his name, so but he's had some plays where he's kind of disrupted the line of scrimmage. I remember one play I think he blew up the play against. I forgot who it was against, but anywho, what are some of the flashes that you've seen from him while he's basically taking some of the reps that Quinn has been?
Yeah, so Foley and Shep, man, and Sheldon. I mean, all of them, all those inside guys. It's a pretty stout group. So. When you talk about Foley, he's got that, I don't want to call it old man farmer strength. I mean, but he's got tremendous balance. You can't knock him off his block. When teams bump, he doesn't get displaced out of his gap. He's got tremendous leverage and just raw power. And because of it, he just plays on the other side of the line of scrimmage, especially when he gets his paws on him. He's able to create tremendous knockback, and he has the instincts to get off those blocks and make those explosive looking plays. So he's a talented individual. He's played in a read system for most of his career, and this system is just more of an attacking system to get him vertical. So it's going to be exciting to see how he adjusts to it and the plays that he's going to make. I think it's going to be pretty cool.
How would you assess the offensive line overall?
I think O-line has done a really nice job. Again, without pads, really want to see them. Just overall, I feel pretty good about that group. I think John's done a great job bringing that group together. Obviously, Joe's done a great job building the group. John has done a great job coaching the system and what we were asking of it. And now it's just a matter of getting reps. There's a lot of really talented offensive linemen on this group. It's just a matter of tying them all together so they can play and have continuity playing next to each other.
And critical for them, like the group last year here, they get a lot of reps anywhere, I guess, last year with training camp and preseason games. How critical is it for them to get a lot of work together over the next?
I think when it comes to O-line play, back end, like those guys, they have to have communication constantly, and that continuity to be able to speak to one another without speaking to one another to give off any tips, and to be able to be next a guard and tackle combination block, and just being able to look at each other and know exactly what you have to get done, so that way you're not calling out exactly what you're doing and tipping yourself off. All that I think comes into play, and understanding how they pass off in protection, games and stunts and pressures and all that. But so to answer your question, absolutely, it's very important.
Obviously, Marcus May wasn't here most of the spring. He came to minicamp, didn't really practice much, but today, caught an interception today. So what does it mean to have ball hawking safety like him back in for your defense?
It is. He's a very talented football player. Really excited about that combination between him and LaMarcus Joyner. I think that's a really good combo. Marcus has been impressive. Obviously didn't get a chance to talk to him much during OTAs, didn't get a chance to talk to him during the summer, but having the interaction now and being able to talk to him, he's a tremendous young man, and really looking forward to working with him. He is talented. So.
Okay, thanks.
All right, thanks everybody.
Have a good one.